Da da da. Hey guys, welcome to this orange life and my hands again, my frostbitten hands. I think they're looking a bit better than the last video. They're still looking a bit strangled, but we're getting there, It's chilly here and I hope it's not so chilly where you are. Spring will be coming from tomorrow, I think actually. I think it's going to be about 19 degrees Celsius tomorrow, which we haven't had in a very long time. I think it's about 8 degrees at the moment while I'm filming this, so spring is springing. But anyway, today's video is about this guy. It's my commonplace book, I guess. In my What's in My Bag video, a lot of people expressed that they would like to see what is inside this chonker, and I kind of would too, because I have no idea. I cannot remember what is in here and what isn't. Excuse the creaking chair. But yeah, the feedback I got on that video was really nice, so thank you to everyone who left a comment and wanted to see inside my Commonplace book. Commonplacing is something that I think is very personalized and doesn't have to be one way, one set way. The way that I commonplace is it's just like a big brain dump. It's lists, it's book recommendations, it's quotes, it's business cards from places that I visited, like things like that, which is why it's so chunky, because there's a lot of business cards in here. I know that recently commonplacing has taken on kind of a different aesthetic, and I think that that's really cool. I really like that form of commonplacing as well, and I have thought about maybe doing it myself, but I also am frankly a bit lazy and a lot of work. I already have a stack of journals. There's more than this stack here, I can tell you that right now. But this works for me, although I have been using my M5 as, I guess, a commonplace book, or more, well, I call it my trash book. This is called my trash book, and it's just literally whatever comes to my mind because I'm very forgetful. So I have been using this a lot more than this, but I still love this bad boy. Now, I guess getting into the specs of what this is, it's orange, which fits my aesthetic, but it is the Hermès Simple PM agenda, I believe. I believe it's the PM, not the GM. Looking at specifications on the website, I cannot remember. I bought this in, I believe, 2018. So it's been a long time, a long time. And we had the old Panini. We shan't speak its actual name in case it comes back to haunt us or something. I don't know. I'm just being superstitious. But yes, so it's an Hermès PM simple agenda, or simple PM agenda, as it were. And it is very, very simple. It's incredibly simple. It's, well, we'll get into that in a second. Just quickly before I take off the band. The band is kind of a necessity. If I don't have this band on it, then I am absolutely screwed. It will just fly, everything will fly out everywhere. And the band is from a store here called Loft, which is like a lifestyle store that has a really big stationery section, and it's apparently by a company called Greeting Life Inc. But I just thought it was cute, and yes, I'm aware that it's upside down. Peek me, really. But we'll put that to the side and you can see how simple it really is. It is very thick. It doesn't come like this. I'll insert a picture of how it looks when you actually buy it for the first time, before you absolutely trash the stupid thing. But it is incredibly simple. It's patinaed, I think, quite a bit actually. The original orange was the stereotypical Hermès orange, so excuse the lighting, it's probably not true to colour, but it's a very grey day here, and I have to rely on the floodlight that is above us to get some light in the room. But it has patinaed. It's obviously been loved very well. I explained this in my What's in My Bag video, but it's got cat hair on it, of course it does. It used to be held closed by, if you know, I know that Hypebeast isn't a thing anymore, but I still really love Off-White, and Virgil Abloh may he rest in peace, is a very huge influence on my life and my creativity and things like that. So I adore Off-White. I don't care if Hypebeast is now quote-unquote millennial and out of fashion or whatever. I will still wear my Off-White. But I digress. Anyway, it used to have, if you know anything about Off-White, they have a big thing about office supplies and bulldog clips, especially, bulldog clips and paper clips. And so there used to be a big orange Off-White bulldog clip on here, but it actually stretched out. The metal actually stretched out from holding this thing together. So that's when I had to move to this guy. So I don't even know where the bulldog clip is. It's just disappeared into the ether. But yeah, that's what this major scratch here is from the bulldog clip. So yeah, I've definitely not been precious with this, and I don't believe that you should ever be precious with things that you love. Use them and use them well and love them well. That's kind of my ethos. In the back is a Kaweco ball pen. I was going to say bullpit pen, whatever. A Kaweco ball pen, I was going to say it again, with one of the, because they don't natively come with a, I can't even get that off, it's been stuck on there so long. It doesn't normally come with a clip, but yeah, it's, I'm going to say it's probably a 0.7. It's a thick boy, which I don't prefer. I'm an extra fine girly, so an EF girly, but I love Kaweco, and it's fine. It's a ball pen. It's a ball gel pen, so that's preferable to me. But that's what I use in here. Let's open her up. There's a lot of crap in here already. So the inserts, the number one thing, if you are thinking about purchasing an agenda of any kind from Hermès, you need to know that they use proprietary inserts. And I have Googled and I have Reddited and I have done everything that I can to see if I can get away from these proprietary inserts. Again, I'll put the picture of the flat lay of the empty agenda here. You can see that there are two hooks at the top, and that's how you hook into the actual thing. This is what an insert looks like. It's open because it's been in storage, but normally that would be closed and look a bit fancier. But this is how they come. This is a brand new one, as you can see. But it has a very strange kind of spiral binding, and oh, that's not even in frame. Spiral binding, and yeah, you have to buy them from Hermès, and they cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money for a paper that I have to say is, what is that? Oh, it's from Takashimaya Osaka, where I bought it from. So thanks for the business card. That's proof of purchase, I guess. I think I bought this, when did I buy this? I bought this in 2020. So actually just right before the panini. And I believe I paid 5,500 yen. And I'm going to go out on a limb, considering how the yen is in the toilet, that they are significantly more now. So in girl math, 5,500 yen is about $55 US dollars. But it's, don't actually do a convert of that, because again, the yen is in the toilet, so it's probably like $5 US or something. I'm not bitter. I'm not at all. But yeah, let's get stuck into it. Now you know that you have to deal with the proprietary inserts, and it's a bit fiddly with the hooks and stuff like that. Let's start the flip through, I guess. I keep a lot of stuff in here. There are stickers, there are pictures of my Australian cat. My Australian cat? That sounded a bit weird. This is my son. This is Harvey, my son. Just because he lives in Australia doesn't mean that I love him any less. But he does live in Australia. A picture of my Story of Seasons family. Some Genshin Polaroids, a lot of Genshin Polaroids actually. I must have been a sticker of Skinner. I'm obsessed with Skinner from the X-Files. A lot of Polaroids in here actually. One of John Shepherd which is very, very dark for some reason. My stepdaughter, Lemon, who lives here with me. And the actual stuff that I keep inside the pockets is I have to secure things into the book. I keep these Kita washi tape. They're like little strips of washi tape, so they're really good for sealing things into. I have quite a few of those in here. I also have, I'm not going to pull them out, they're not going to come out, washi tape samples for the same reason. I have glue dots which are causing a menace right now. Excuse me. More Kita, but yeah, there are also glue tape seals which I'm going to have to deal with those because they're causing a bit of a menace. But anyway, the insert itself comes with a piece of very thin acetate, extremely thin acetate. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I actually bought this in 2019, not 2018, but that's neither here nor there. This is from a Polaroid. There's some more cat hair. This is from a birthday present from Bully. And then let's dive in. I don't have a cover page, which is really unusual for me. Normally this should be covered with stickers, but yeah. There's just all sorts of things like there's notes about, you know, like your mental illness is not your adjective from Snarky Co., which is a creator. Lots of business cards, churros for dessert. Not bad. Would eat again if the craving takes. Okay, good to know. A letter from my spouse, like little notes and stuff like that. A flight listing, actually. This is all for a trip that we took to... I actually did this at the airport, it looks like. A trip we took to Germany in... Well, it was 2019, so I definitely had this from 2019, it looks like. There was a bit of diarying here, stuff to buy in Germany, some book recommendations, some ephemera from Berlin. As you can see, this paper is not great, and with this pen, I don't think that they are very compatible with each other as well, but that's my bad for never changing it out. There's a flip up with nothing underneath it. Some tickets, some more ephemera from Berlin. A second-hand store that we went to where I bought a very beautiful bag by a Japanese designer that is quite rare to find even here, which was really unusual, and we had a great talk with the guy in the store. I remember that. Oh, this is like a nice little trip down memory lane, actually. Some more German ephemera. The house that we stayed, the reason we went to Germany was for the Rock am Ring rock festival. I wanted to see my favorite band Dietza, and I hadn't seen them. I'd been a fan for 20 years and I still hadn't seen them, and I finally got to see them, and this was the house. It was like a triangle, one of those triangle houses, and we got to stay in one of those. Some scent recommendations. The House of Small Wonder. If you're ever in Berlin, I recommend going to the House of Small Wonder. It's a really great place. I did get a Kaweco. They were very hard to find because I was saying Kaweco at the time. Even though I speak German, I said Kaweco, which is ridiculous when you think about it. But, you know, I digress, whatever. Some stuff that I was reading in the air. Some other book recommendations, YouTube recommendations. A quote, "Waiting doesn't make right now less valuable. The only people who won't like you setting boundaries are those who benefited from you not having any." that kind of thing. I'm not an affirmation person. I actually really hate toxic positivity and affirmations, but sometimes things resonate with you, and that's why I think having a Commonplace book is great for that sort of thing. Just some receipts from the lyrics from Mine Right Now by Sigrid. Okay. Maybe I Am Too Soft. Oh God, we're having an existentialist crisis. This was Nagoya Dome when we went to a concert to see Super 8. Some ephemera, some flowers that I got from Spouse. Some more ephemera. A planned... I don't even know what. I was just talking about the video for Ich liebe mich by Fettes Brot for some reason. I don't know why. Some more flowers from my spouse, some ephemera, Starbucks, that kind of thing. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of ephemera in here, and it's been very, very well loved. This is when we were in Hong Kong, I think, maybe? No, where are we? In Busan. This is when we went to Busan. And these are cafes that were close to where I used to work before the panini and I became work from home. All this stuff around the edges is like suggestions and even little diary entries as well. Kind of a mix of everything. Like photograph books and spectrography, like the art of taking pictures of ghosts and things like that. A lot of different German words that I come across because I find German words fascinating for obvious reasons. Notes from Helle Chanel. That was a book that I read, which was really, really good. I recommend that to you, but it's really hard to find. I think it's out of print. And another note from my spouse. This was a card from a hotel that we stayed in Kyoto. I actually don't remember the name of the hotel, but for some reason we're in Kyoto, I think, we again went to see Super 8. This is a member of Super 8. This is my spouse saying Merry Christmas to me and stuff like that. Just, that's kind of gross having, but it's special, but it's gross. Some more business cards, some more flowers. I think this was from an Etsy seller. Again, from an Etsy seller. This is when I got my embroidery machine. Her name is Veronica, and the inspected to make sure that it works pin is in here. It's vaguely dangerous, isn't it? Just having a sewing pin in here, but anyway. When I was taking Persona, I should blur that out actually because it has my full name in it. Again, watching a live stream of Super 8. I have to blur that out too because it also had my full name in it. Prawn Cocktail, an Australian brand. These are just random books and suggestions. Pirates. I don't know what. I have no idea. I think this has something to do with Genshin because there's Genshin characters, but I have no idea what that means. But anyway, sure. Some more ephemera, lots of ephemera. Kitahama Retro, which is when we went on a Kyoto trip, we stopped at Kitahama Retro, which is a cafe, and we went to Fiber Art Endo. If you're in Kyoto, I recommend going there if you love fiber arts and embroidery and sewing and stuff like that. An Etsy seller, a trip to Shima, the Shima prefecture, an order from Elizabeth Whitley, a note from my spouse, my Genshin party's weapons at the time that I should have tried to get, which I never... I'm terrible at Genshin Impact. I'm terrible at building my characters. So let's not. But Krispy Kreme, some more notes and book recommendations to myself. I usually read most of my recommendations. I'm pretty good at that, so I usually find a copy. These were from, this here is actually notes from a book for a book that I'm writing myself. But these 2 cards were from a art event that I went to. These ones here as well were also from an art event. The Starbucks is not from the art event. Oh, we've got some arty Polaroid action. Okay, come through, I guess. Some more book recommendations, some more... I got some earrings, I think, from this shop, followed by... There's also book recommendations around it. Infinity Books. If you live in Japan and you need English books, I really recommend Infinity Books. They ship from Tokyo, but they have a really good selection of secondhand English books. I got a case from Casetify, which no one does anymore because Casetify is dodgy, and some quotes and more books. Books seem to be the big thing in my my journal, actually. A lot of these tags that you keep seeing, they're from an order I did from an Australian bookstore called Readings, which is in Melbourne, where I lived before I moved here. And I think I was peeling them off as I was reading the books. Some receipts, a book recommendation from the New Yorker, 2 of them actually. What a wanker having recommendations from the New Yorker in here, as you do. Just some ephemera, some notes, like post-it notes for notes. This was from the record I got of the original soundtrack for the Bourne Identity, and it cracked me up that it was military green. It couldn't be any other color but military green, apparently. Super 8. I've got this business card in here twice for some reason. I went there twice. But there's a diary entry under there. Connor, Kendall, Roman, and Shiv. That doesn't need any explanation, but I was playing with my cricket. Vitamin recommendations for me, and a perfume recommendation. Me thinking, should I do a bookbinding or rattan course? I didn't do either of them. I actually ended up going to a pottery class instead. This is kind of interesting. This is kind of the last thing I remember doing in here. I was reading a book called No Bad Parts for Therapy, and I made a lot of notes about that, which actually carry over to further on in the book. This is from a Lazy Oaf dress with a Stern Skinner in the middle. My lovely friend Casper, when we went out one day a couple of years ago now. No, last year I think. And a t-shirt I got for the Michigan Wolverines because I married into the Michigan Wolverines thing. So I have to say go blue or I get kicked out of the family. And the shirt says I married into this with the Wolverines logo. A Genshin tracksuit I bought. That's from that. This is from an eel restaurant in Nagoya, because of course Nagoya is very famous for eel. Really good restaurant actually. It was right next to our hotel, which was really convenient. And we're getting to the end, and these are notes from that book that I had to write for therapy. But yeah, I'm almost... There's some notes from work at the back. I'm almost finished. And in the back I have some more business cards, a chopstick pack from that eel restaurant, and some more kite sticky washi tapey things. But yeah, as you can see, it comes with 2 pockets, and they fill up. But yeah, that's my uncommon commonplace book. It's definitely a hot mess, and I'm definitely going to try and finish it this year. It seems to have taken me 5 years to get through this thing, but I must admit that I didn't use it as much during the panini just because I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't going anywhere. My work moved completely to digital as well, and I also work from home as well. but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. The inserts, I should also, like, a little thing, they have like a little tear out perforation thing here, so you can mark what page you're on. Again, the paper is really just not great. It's not 5,500 yen great, that's for sure. But yeah, that's her. Jump cut because the card got full. But anyway, we're wrapping up anyway. That's my Commonplace book. I hope you enjoyed this little look into my psyche, which may be a bit terrifying, come to think of it. Oh, I wanted to show you size comparisons. So this is quite small, as you can tell from in my hand, but size comparisons to an M5, so a 5-ring binder. You can see the size there. They're about the same width. The paper, of course, is smaller in here than in here. This is as close as I could get to a B6. This is a personal or Bible size planner. So whoop, that's the size, so about B6. And then my chunky everyday life in a book, my Sterling Ink A5. That's, I can't even get the A5 on the camera. That's the size comparison. So you can see it's quite small compared to an A5 especially. But yeah, it's a good size for being in your bag. And if you are thinking of investing in this particular planner, just remember the inserts and the paper is not great, and other than that it's very serviceable and quite beautiful actually. It's definitely held up to my horrific use of it and stretched quite far, so it's going to be quite hilarious when I put this in it. But yeah, we'll see how that goes when it actually happens. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully next time I see you I won't have frostbite on my hands or allergies all over my face, because gosh, I'm in the wars right now. But I won't whinge anymore. Alright, that's it. Until next time, leave us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you then. Bye!